I will show you how to make seed bead and wire pumpkins today. I interrupt this summer flowers bead-along with a quick fall project using French beaded flower techniques. Stay tuned. Hello my beautiful people, my name is Fen Lee, designer here at the Bead Flora studio and author to the book Bead Flora, the revival of French beaded flowers. If you've never heard of French beaded flowers, check out the playlist on my channel if you'd like to learn more. The goal of this channel is to help you shorten your learning curve while learning to make bead and wire flowers. I know how overwhelming it can be to start a new craft, so I put together some affordable beginner kits to help you get started. Before we talk about this cute little pumpkin, I want to give a shout out to another cute little pumpkin, a little fan of mine, 4-year-old Kendall. According to Kendall's mom, he loves to watch Miss Fen make beaded flowers. Hi Kendall! I also have a kiddo who is almost 4 and he loves to help me. We go out and we study real flowers together. Thank you for watching, sweetie. This beaded pumpkin we're making today took lots of trial and error to design. These were my failures before I got the final product. It uses the technique I developed called the continuous split basic. If you've made the last 2 projects in my bead-along series, then you are ready to go. I first introduced this technique on my YouTube channel 2 years ago. If you are new to the technique, I will put the links in the description so you can learn it. Now, this is kind of a nitpicky project where you need to be very precise. Even I took apart a unit as I was making this tutorial. Keep trying. Don't give up. I'll also share more tips with you, so watch until the end. Now, the technique that we'll be using to make the pumpkin is the continuous split basic, and the pattern calls for a 6-inch top basic wire. So let's measure out 6 inches here. We're going to need 8 beads for the top basic wire and 16 beads for the basic loop. And for the twisted wire and the loop, let's make it to be about 3 inches. So from here to here to be about 3 inches. And the twisted wire I have to be about 3/4 of an inch. Now with this long top basic wire, just loop it up, coil it, just to get out of the way as we're making the unit. And the pattern calls for rounded tops and pointed bottoms, 9 rows. And you want the rows to be very, very tight together. So just hold on to it tight. After the 3rd row, bend the top basic wire down like you would with making a beehive. And we're going to shape the unit as we're making it. Bend this twisted wire down also. Okay, now that we're done with the first unit, pull onto the working wire pretty hard so that it is nice and secure. Now undo the top basic wire. Turn it around, bend it along the back, and bring the wire around the base of the unit and bring it back to the right hand side. Now let's twist the working wire and the top basic wire together to form another twisted wire. I'm going to move this to the side here. And I want to have the twisted wire opposite the first unit. I'm just going to bring this along here to make sure that it is the correct length, and I have too much. Normally I would measure, but because it is on a curve, I'm just going to do this. And undo the top basic wire and string on 8 beads. Should I just get the one? Now I have the twisted wire opposite the first unit. I'm going to make another unit right here. Now if you look here, there's just a little bit of extra space here. Normally it would be fine, but because this is a pretty precise pattern, I'm going to undo it. Yes, I know. I'm just going to unwind one twist here, and it should be good. All right, let's do this again. Look here, it is absolutely precise. So this is perfect. And pull down the working wire. Now undo any twists in the twisted wire here. And move 8 beads to each side of the loop. Cut here and make a knot. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to move one of them to one side and one to the other. And you just want to follow the natural way of the wire. You don't want to force it. So it looks like this goes this way and this will go this way. You don't want to have it go here and this go here. Or it might work too. You just want to follow the natural way of how the wire is. And this looks like this will work. Okay, so now let's twist this wire here. And this looks like it would work. And if not, we'll just undo it, right? Okay. Okay, so I want to twist this one here and just push it into the curve here, just so that it's not in my way when I'm making the next unit. And after you're done with the third unit, take the working wire, bring it down underneath, and pull so that it's right next to the last wire here. All right, so the last one. Okay, so after the last wrap, bring the working wire down towards the center right here, or on the wrong side in, and then pull. All right, so that the working wire is right in the center here. Okay, so let's undo any of the knots here and bring the top wires out. And with this last one, pull the wire out. Take your cutters, cut towards the bottom. Bring out the wire, and then take pliers and wrap the little guy around the base to secure it. Just tuck it in. All right, now we are ready. Let's do this. Okay. Shape these in. Okay, so now hold these wires here and push down. Just push down simultaneously at the same time. And if there's a small overlap, that's okay. Now take your pliers and twist the top wires together. Shape it again, push down some more. Okay, so now take the working wire, because we just pushed it to the side here. Bring it back up again. However long you want your stem to be. Okay, I'm going to cut this here. Tuck in the end with your pliers. And shape this pumpkin a little bit more. Pumpkin. So to recap, here are some tips to keep in mind as you're making this beaded pumpkin. Number 1, keep your rows tight. So hold onto the unit securely with your fingers as you are wrapping. Tip number 2, make sure the twisted wires for all the subsequent units are exactly the same length. You can measure the first unit, but for this pumpkin, I moved the twisted wire next to the first unit to compare the lengths. And sometimes even with careful measuring, your length can still be off, which leads me to tip number 3. Take it apart if it's off after you make the subsequent units. It's still better than making all of the units and then your pumpkin doesn't come together as it should. Tip number 4, gentle shaping. You can gently move the outer rows of the units so that it fills in more of the space in between. If you make this or any of my patterns, I always love seeing them. Tag me on Facebook or Instagram and I may feature your flowers in a future video. Join the French Beaded Flowers community by joining the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group that I run with fellow designer Lauren Harpster. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll get back to making daisies for the bead-a-long in the next video. Bye!